Hello everyone, it's Michael Williams, independent candidate in the Runcorn and Helsby by-election, and today I want to talk about this. This came through my door today. I'm not just picking on reform, I'll be doing one of these videos for all the flyers and leaflets that come through my door, giving you a bit of my thoughts about what's inside them. First thing to notice is that I didn't just get one of these. We got one, we got two, we got three, we got four, which is a bit odd. Especially as I'm scraping together the money to get one leaflet out, and they're sending me four, especially when there are only two adults in this house. Seems a bit like showing off, but I suppose Christopher Harborne needs something for his money. First thing to notice is that you'll see that the candidate here, Sarah, is literally standing behind Nigel, which there's nothing wrong with that, of course, but it seems a bit odd, and it rather supports what I've been saying about this election all along, which is that the big parties are only interested in this election for the sake of the parties. This is not about having Sarah being the new MP for Runcorn and Helsby. It's about old Nige here getting his headline and the party proving that they can win anywhere. As I say, there's nothing wrong with it, and obviously Nigel is a big draw for them, but I think it's rather telling that that's the way they do it. You'll also notice down here, open here for a free survey. Oh my goodness, I get to do a survey for free. Oh, quick, let's turn over fast. Here we go. Now, the content is reasonably standard. It talks about Mike Amesbury's resignation, it talks about the winter fuel allowance, talks about migration. There's an interesting paragraph down here where it talks about how the candidate was the mayor for Cheshire East, which of course is true, but it says here that she put Runcorn and Helsby first, which is a bit of an interesting one, as neither Runcorn nor Helsby nor any part of the constituency is actually in Cheshire East. It's in Cheshire West, which is a neighbouring authority. Runcorn is in Halton, which isn't even a neighbouring one, it's two away. So maybe we've got a bit of cut and paste here, maybe it's just a line. I mean, if she knocked on my door, I would be wanting to know exactly how she had put Runcorn and Helsby first in the past. And also down here, vote for a lawmaker, not a lawbreaker. Oh yes, the person who thought of that must have been very pleased with himself. Again, if she knocks on your door, I'd ask her what law she's ever made. She's not a legislator, she's a magistrate. Also, highly embarrassing, but I have checked the proportions and they've missed off a corner of red here that should be on the Union flag. Oh my goodness, national disgrace, defacing the flag. Nige, you should be ashamed of yourself. Anyway, down to the bottom we have this free survey. And when you see it, I mean, I think this is rather suggesting what they're really after. It gives you all the stuff that you can give in. This is the survey bit around here. And the rest of it is kind of gathering data on whether you're willing to help them out and whether you'll be willing to get more details and get more messages from them. Which is relatively standard for the big parties. They often put things out which don't look like data gathering, but they are in fact data gathering. The Conservatives and Labour have had online petitions where, in fact, rather than just signing your name, you've had to give away your name, your details, who you're going to vote for, and you'll have to tick the box agreeing to your terms and conditions, which lets them contact you. Anyway, moving on. Over on the back, this is something which does rather frustrate me about the candidates. You'll notice that nowhere does it say that these are promises. These are just sentences. Okay? And the reason that is because if you vote for the Reform candidate and the Reform candidate becomes our next MP, she will be physically incapable of doing these things. These things require a majority in Parliament, which Reform does not have. Only Labour Party could do any of these. At the next general election, it's possible Reform could make these promises, but now these are, well, I don't know what they are. They're just fantasies, things they would want to have at some unspecified point in the future. Now, they're not actually saying that they're promises because they know they can't do them. But I would say that to most people reading this leaflet, when and if their candidate gets in, if they don't do these things, they would perceive it as a broken promise. And so putting these things here and then not doing them will further erode public trust. And they know that, but they're willing to do it in order to get votes. So they're willing to give you the impression that they're going to do these things when they know they're not, just so they can get in. And I think that's That's a bit rum. And these are the things that I won't be doing. I won't be doing promises that I can't keep, and I won't be making things that look like promises that people will think that I should keep and don't. It's just misleading, and it's why we have a big issue with public trust. And the last thing to mention is Jason Moorcroft, who appears to be acting on behalf. Here is the promoter in the imprint. It's possible he'll also be the agent for this, which is part of the Electoral Commission's rules. He was the previous Reform candidate who came second at the last election. So there we have it, our first leaflets from Reform. Hopefully I'll be getting some more leaflets that I'll comment on, and who knows, sooner or later I might even have one of my own that we can comment on and say how good it is. If you have any ideas, anything else you've noticed, please put them in the chat, and if you've received any other literature that you'd like me to have a look at, then please point it out to me, send me a scan or a copy of it, and I will have a look. Until then, I will see you next time. Vote for Michael Williams, independent candidate. Be independent, vote independent.